The new Smokehouse Pizza from Little Caesars is our first pizza with 3 smoked meats, so we got barbecue champion Big Mo Queson to test it out. 8-hour smoked brisket.
Certified beefified.
10-hour smoked pulled pork.
Certified hoggified.
Applewood smoked bacon.
Certified baconfied.
Drizzled with tangy barbecue sauce plus a Smokehouse seasoned crust.
Certified smokified.
The new Smokehouse Pizza. Only $9 and only at Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Here at Town & Country, we are proud to be an American.
We've had you covered on the inside since 2005, and with our addition of Southern Grill and Patio, we now have you covered on the outside. Come see our great selection, where we make sure grilling and relaxing go hand in hand.
Here's some Napa know-how for you. Your local Napa Auto Parts store in Troy is under new ownership with an all-new fully stocked store. Big deal, you say? Big deal, we say. Like the ownership, the store has a new look, too. We're still delivering the same Napa quality and know-how, but we've increased our inventory and are committed to helping you find the parts you need when you need them. So come check us out. We've got the right part at the right price at the right time.
Know-how, Napa know-how.
Did you know at Wiley Sanders Truck Line that we offer Blue Cross Blue Shield, we offer dental, we offer disability, we offer vision, we offer life insurance, cancer insurance. We also have a 401k where we match up to 4%, dollar per dollar up to 4%. We also have automatic trucks at Wiley Sanders Truck Line. If you go to a truck driving school, we'll reimburse you. And don't forget about the $1,000 sign-on bonus. Money! Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We help you save for your future.
If you've had an accident or just want a new look for your vehicle, come see us at Troy Paint and Body, where we do it right the first time. Our staff has more than 100 years combined experience and can handle repairs and paint work on any make or model. We also offer a lifetime guarantee as long as you own your vehicle. Now that shows we stand behind our work. And our 24-hour towing service means we're here when you need us. So come see us at Troy Paint and Body, located on South Brundage Street in Troy beside the post office. Troy Paint and Body, where we may meet by accident, but you'll be glad we did.
Life is hectic enough without worrying if your lights will stay on or if there's hot water for your child's bath. So count on natural gas to keep the energy flowing, even when the weather is unpredictable. Natural gas is always there to keep your home warm, showers hot, and food cooked to perfection. That's why America has relied on safe and affordable natural gas for more than 150 years. And we will be here for you and future generations too. You can count on natural gas from Southeast Alabama.
Good morning and welcome to Today in LA. Hoss Daddy is here. He's in the studio. We've got the doors locked for lines out there. Let me tell you this: you're getting to be such a celebrity.
I don't
all over. I had a guy. I'm telling you, I had a guy from Birmingham. Mike told me yesterday that he saw me in the cab of the truck grabbing money from you. Where did that come from?
You know, me and you, Mike.
Did y'all go through my agent to put that on the air in Birmingham? Hoss Daddy, you're everywhere, man. You're everywhere.
We want drivers from everywhere.
Remember, if it doesn't say Sanders Truck Lines, believe you me, you don't want it when you're hauling freight or merchandise across the country.
We do believe that. Where's this accident at?
Where was the accident, Mike?
On 65 yesterday. We were coming back from Troy, and my wife and I had the 2 kids coming back from the beach, and we were basically stuck for 2 hours on 65 in between pretty much Prattville and Clanton, where it was. And some bus had caught on fire with a trailer attached to it, and they blocked off the interstate for 2 hours.
It's getting to be terrible between Prattville and Birmingham. It seems like there's an accident every day. It's unreal.
Yeah. You know, speaking of accidents, that's why I asked him about that accident. Every Monday, from 8 until 9, we just sit around and talk about things that we can do to be more safer and take comments from drivers. I mean, it's just you got to be safe. And everybody wants to put it on the 18-wheeler, and it's not always the 18-wheeler.
No.
I rode a motorcycle Saturday, and on 29 from Luverne to Troy, 2 cars was in the wrong lane.
Oh, man.
And I know they was texting or something. You don't text when you drive, do you, Mike?
No, I don't. I don't even know how to text. Hey, that means you got the type.
That's a true statement. He really doesn't know.
Hey, what I do is,
Is
Siri.
that true?
Siri, tell me where we are this morning, Siri. I speak to me. This is my new girlfriend. Her name is Siri.
Your new girlfriend.
Yeah.
His biggest problem is probably eating while driving.
Yeah.
You like to eat, Mike? I like to eat.
Well, I do too, man. A guy was looking for something in my car this weekend and said, "Man, looks like you eat a lot in your car." And hey, my wife said, "If you think that's bad, go look at his closet." Oh man!
You know, you're talking about
Dad's weakness is those little pecan pies. You find the gas
Boy, yeah, I love them, man. I love them. You can get them at Piggly Wiggly. Those 2-for-1 pecan pies.
You get
prime sometime, brother. I buy them by the case. I buy them by the case, and boy, we had a great weekend. We had the Troy T-Day game, and one of the largest crowds ever to see a T-Day game.
We look good.
Yeah, and then they had a camp, Mike, a mini camp. Had over 150 kids came to the camp. What this bunch is doing, they're not just coaching football and winning football games. You know, somebody told me this weekend that our football coach was as good off the field as he is on the field.
That cares a lot.
Yeah, I mean, doing things.
So he's winning the community.
He's winning the community, and no question about it. And I was with him till late into the hours. We have, the Grand Ole Opry had backstage at the Grand Ole Opry.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have backstage at the Troy Hall of Fame every year, and we have it over at the Alumni House. And if you'd gone out on your back porch, you probably could have heard it.
Yeah, I had a good time.
We had a good time. Well, it was a place for a reception for these guys, the people that went into the Hall of Fame. They could bring their entourage over.
I saw Tory Langford's picture on some of that. That must have been where he was.
Who's that?
Tory Langford. He was all pro lineman.
Oh yeah, we know Tory Langford very well.
Yeah,
he was great.
He played nose guard.
Nose guard. Okay.
Yeah. But you know,
he works with me now.
Oh man. What a guy.
What a guy.
I tell you, a fine young man and a very good football player.
Just for you to say that, you look at Tory, come here from Georgia.
That's right.
Went to Troy State. It's just how our community works. Yeah. Got a good education, left Troy State.
Exactly.
Went to Wilder Sanders, got a good job, and it's just.
That's right.
Raising, I think he's got 3 kids. Yeah, because he had we call it didn't know it was coming, baby. So he had 3 kids.
You know, I was talking about being on the air, up in Birmingham, Mike, and you see Wiley Sanders' ads with my good friend here on the air. They said they saw me on the air, Mike. Have you seen that yet?
No, I haven't seen that yet.
I know I climbed in that cab of that brand new Wiley
You got
Sanders
to see
truck.
it, Mike. It is so funny.
Did y'all have a ramp to help him get up, or how did he get into it?
Quit that. He crawled up in there by
Mike,
himself.
I sure did, man. But it was a struggle. But I will say this: you can live in one of those things.
Yeah. You know, the biggest thing about that, they say what you don't intend to show looks the best. We was going to actually take that out because it looks like I'm taking the money from him.
Exactly.
But then somebody said, well, you do tell him, Mike, you didn't sign up. And that is everything has to have a punchline. That's our punchline. I tell you, you didn't sign up, and I get the $1,000 from you.
Jeffrey Bennett, Halt's daddy, Jeffrey Bennett is on the air. We're talking Sanders Truck Lines right now. I don't know. Evidently, T-Mac watches this thing and he starts feeling sentimental. He bought 8 cakes Friday from out the cake auction.
Terry got a good heart.
And I hope he took him out to the truck line to get it delivered. Hold on, we're going to put you on hold a minute, Mike. Good morning. You're on Today in L.A. with Halt's daddy.
Oh, no, not Boss Daddy.
He's on, man. Halt's daddy is on. How you doing?
Doing good, Mike. What's going on?
No, enjoying. We're just getting started, man. After a rainy night last night. Where were you?
I was ducking tornadoes down in Houston County yesterday afternoon.
The judge, ladies and gentlemen, of Midland City, Alabama, is on the line. Will Matthews Jr. Is that right, Will? Hey, Will.
Alabama.
Yeah.
Judge Webb.
Yeah, Judge Webb. Of course, we're talking about Sanders Truck Lines this morning. Of course, Will Matthews calling in from Ozark, one of the great golfers of all time. You would have loved being there Saturday night, Will. Boy, some of the best golfers that ever played in this part of the country were here to celebrate the induction ceremonies here at Troy University. And in fact, you probably know Ben Bates. You remember Ben Bates?
Of course, yeah. Ben
Bates went into the Troy Hall of Fame this weekend, and a lot of his buddies came back. And like he said when when he was at the introduction, he said, "Hey, we could have given one of these to every one of these guys out in the audience. They were all true All-Americans." Will Matthews, you went to Vanderbilt, but Troy was as well respected in golf as anybody in the country, wasn't they?
I'll tell you a little story. Troy got no respect, Mike. They were a small college team, and they didn't get to play in tournaments with the SEC, anything like that. And I'll guarantee you they would have been in the top 3 in the SEC if they'd gotten to play in the SEC.
Yeah. Well, in the early days, what's that course south of Montgomery, Colonial Lake? I mean,
Rolling Hills.
Rolling Hills. You know, at one time, Rolling Hills was as nice a golf course as there was in this part of the country. You remember that? And they would have these college tournaments there, you know.
Yeah, but anyway, what I was going to tell you, back when I was playing, Troy never played a tournament that we played in except one. They had a tournament in Statesboro, Georgia, and Chris Schenkel, you remember the ABC sports guy?
Yeah, oh yeah.
He had this golf tournament. It still goes on today. In fact, Vanderbilt won the Chris Schenkel tournament about a month ago. Vanderbilt's number 1 in the country, by the way.
Yeah.
Anyway, we were playing in the Chris Schenkel, and Troy played in the Chris Schenkel, and I think they lost to Wake Forest and Oklahoma State, who were 1 and 2 in the country, and they came in 3rd.
Wow.
And but back then they did not allow NAIA teams or Division II teams or whatever they called them back then.
Yeah.
Into the same tournaments that we played in.
I was actually more involved with them back in the mid-'60s to late '60s. That was really before your time, actually, your age. Yeah. But, hey, I saw Mike Griffin. He was here, and, boy, he looked great.
And really, I like Mike. He's a great guy.
Yeah, no question about it. I've got Hoss Daddy on my show. I appreciate you calling this morning, Will. Do I still have something at your office?
It's still sitting on my library table.
All right, I'll be there. I'll be there with bells on sometime this morning.
All right, I'll see you.
Thank you so much. Will Matthews calling in from Ozark this morning. We're with Hoss Daddy. We're talking about Sanders Truck Lines in Troy, Alabama. And, of course, you go, we're talking about, let's see, total trucks and trailers, what, about 1,000?
Yeah. This is what I really want to talk about this morning, Mike. We've got a connection. I won't say I use the word connection, but we're talking to Trenholm School in Montgomery.
Yes.
And we're going to get really, really close with them. And I'm actually going to go to the school, and we're going to bring, I'd love you to come one day, and we're going to bring some of them guys to Troy. And I should say male or female, because we don't discriminate. Sure. We're going to bring them to Troy and just show them what we have, show them our facilities.
Just like recruiting athletes, isn't it?
Yeah,
just like showing them the athletic department.
Show them what we got.
Showing
You're
them the weight room.
Right. You always know what to say.
Yeah, showing them the football field. Recruiting athletes. Hey, I'm the head coach. My name is Hoss Daddy, and we're ready to put a winner on the roads
and show them
of America.
Let them see what we do. Yeah. Let them, thank God for this modern technician. They can actually sit there, and we can pull up, say 7784, and we say, okay, 7784 left Sunday. He delivered Monday, and we next thing just follow that satellite. You know the biggest thing about that, man? We can hit that calculator and tell him what he's made these 3 or 4 days he's been out there.
We lost Mike Amos this morning. We'll get him back in just a few moments. But
I'm just really excited about it. But it's like you said, I hadn't thought of it that way. But I'm gonna use your line. Yeah. I'm gonna recruit and bring them and let them see it.
Yeah. Let me just put it back into good layman's terms. You know, this weekend I threw a party after the Hall of Fame, and I had the trees with the white lights, and I mean, had white lights, and the tables where we had music going and everything. And the guy came up to me and said, "Man, this is something." I said, "It only takes a little bit of effort to be really first class." And it was a classy atmosphere. Anybody, you could have come in. A woman could have come in and walked in with her finest attire. A man could come in with tails on. And with those lights, those white lights everywhere,
they could see.
Enjoying a nice glass of wine. It was classy. It was classy. Well, that's the way Sanders runs their business. You go out to any Sanders property, and I promise you, you don't see anything but a neat, classy-looking area.
Clean trucks.
I mean, y'all don't put up with a dirty
we got our own wash rack. And that's one of the first things that's happened when he comes in there. We got a service department. Actually, what the driver sees, he writes it down. But we go a step further. We take what he says he sees, but we also call it inspection
exactly.
When they crawl up under there and look,
just
look, see that they see it, and think they see it. It's not, well, we'll fix it later. Your best friend, Terry Mack, do not play that. We don't fix it later. We fix it now.
Yeah. And if you don't put your shirt tail in, you can't work there. Have you ever noticed a rodeo performer? What do you notice about a rodeo performer? A guy that's
buckle, that shirt tail's tucked in, and them pants
and those nice. Blue jeans are starched. That shirt is starched. That hat is groomed. They're the most well-groomed athletes out there.
You know,
and y'all at Sanders pretty much do the same thing. You look like you might have ridden a bull before. Is that right?
No, I rode a horse. But let me tell you about that. You know, you are how you feel and how you look.
Exactly.
If you look good, you feel
exactly.
Good.
Like today, instead of wearing that old sweater and everything, I feel classy looking today.
Got your pink shirt
on? Man. You know, I got my handkerchief. You know, I feel like a little classier look.
You feel good though.
Than normal.
Yeah. I got to put on my short sleeve
shirt.
People
say,
they say, it says Sanders though.
Exactly. People say you clean up real well. Well, Hoss Daddy, you clean up real well.
Yeah. Well, when I step out somewhere. When you carry a load of freight somewhere, when I used to you carry a load of freight somewhere, you look at all those people that look at you. You got the people on the loading dock.
Yeah.
You got the lady that signs your bills or the man that signs your bill. When you go into a truck stop and you fuel, they're looking at you. How can you get somebody to come go with you and they say, golly, he can't even take time to take a shower. He ain't got no clean gloves. Look at his boots. Look at, you know, those guys, I give them credit. They look good.
Exactly.
Well, we got shirts.
I tell you what.
Well, you see.
And you know about Wiley Sanders, and of course y'all are spending a lot of money on advertisement. One of the reasons is because you're getting so much bigger. You're getting bigger every day.
Well, we got so much freight with our freight and with the obligations of outside freight that we're committed to haul. We just need drivers. We're running like 750 trucks. It's not that we got a bad place to work. We got a great place to work. We just got a lot going on. We got a lot of any driver out there, just listen to me this morning, will tell you, there's somebody, I can promise you this. I can promise you this. There's somebody that's on the phone right now with that dispatcher, and he's ranting and raving. Because Friday, he didn't get no load, and he had to stay there. I promise you, it wasn't a Wiley Sanders.
Yeah, exactly.
We was rolling.
Yeah.
We was
you know, of course, Troy University, let's use it as an example. They were a state teachers college for a long time, up into the early or late 50s, early 60s. Then they became a state college, Troy State College, and you know they were good, but you know not big time at all. Then they became Division II. And they won 3 national championships. Well, they won 1 national championship in '68 as an NAIA school with the great Sim Bird and all them. Then when they became Division II, They won 2 more national championships, one in '84, one in '87. You know, great teams and good exposure and everything like that. Getting more youngsters started looking at Troy then. Then it went from one Division II. They said, "Why are you moving up?" Well, we want to be better. We got a great product. We want to be better. So we went to 1AA and did very well in 1AA division, NCAA Division 1AA, but we weren't at the top yet. And then a few people like a Ben Beard, like a Nick Severa, like a Mike Amos, like a Wiley Locklear would meet and say, "Hey, let's be the best we can be." And you know, now Troy is a Division 1A, just like Alabama, just like Tennessee, just like Auburn, just like Florida, Florida State. Troy's in that same league. Well, first of all, by doing that, Troy has gotten bigger. The university's gotten bigger. The facilities are next to none. As they looked at that new end zone facility. The arena is one of the most beautiful basketball arenas in the country.
Pride was put in.
And then they had that fabulous Hall of Fame banquet this weekend. And then people start looking at how the university has grown. Brand new a diner, which is fabulous. It'll feed 1,000 people at one time. The new band room. They're building a wellness center with indoor, outdoor pools, tracks, weightlifting. What I'm saying, they have gotten better and better and better, and now they're at the top level. Would you say that Wiley Sanders Truck Lines is Division 1A?
I would say that, and this is why I would say that. Me, only job I've ever had, when I come there, we had a shop with 4 bays.
Exactly.
Now we have a shop with 30 bays.
That tells you right there.
We have a trailer shop bay. I remember. That's how I know we've grown and have done good. I remember when we used to change tires outside. Now we got a tire shop. We can do anything. And when I say anything, it ain't a lot of trucking companies can say this, but we can do anything to a truck that needs to be done.
Unreal.
Now that's body work, that's engine work, anything that needs to be done. We have a facility that can do that, and a lot of trucking companies can say that.
It's amazing, and it's so.
I mean, right here in Pike County.
Yeah, everything that Sanders owns is secure, it's in clean and in great shape. And of course, the reason I was showing you that example is Sanders has grown with the community, or the community has grown because Sanders gotten bigger and bigger and better, just like our community. Hey, before we went 1A, we were probably had 335, maybe at most 3,000 students on campus. Now we have 8,000. Our community had 12,000 people and 2 or 3 old grouches. Now this town has over 20,000 people. What it is, the Sanders companies have grown. And it brought a lot of jobs. The university has grown and more exposure nationally. You know, probably the 2 most exposed areas in Troy, Alabama. One is the athletic program at Troy University, great exposure nationwide. And Sanders Trucking is known nationwide. Ask anybody from California to Oregon to Wisconsin, have you ever seen a Sanders truck on the road? Yes, sir, I have.
When I used to be on the road, Mike, you talking about Troy Steak, it makes my mind run back. And I would be in a fuel island. And they said, "Where you from?" You know, and I said, "Troy, Alabama." And a lot of people wouldn't know where that was from. This is where you're right when you say Troy and Troy State has grown together.
Yeah.
As the years went on, I wouldn't say Troy, Alabama. I'd say, you know that football team, Troy State?
Yeah, that's right. Troy University.
That's why I wrote, because we had got to beating people.
Exactly.
We had got to beating people when we started growing.
That's right.
And I remember when we got the Caterpillar engines, you know, it was just like, Wiley Sanders got Caterpillars? And it was like,
all right,
just grow.
You know? And those companies now, y'all's trucks are the best in the country. It's like driving a Mercedes. Is that right?
We got all the up-to-date equipment, all of it. And you know, the biggest thing I like so much about it is that satellite system.
Yeah.
Any driver out there tell you, and I don't like the law. And they talk about forced dispatch. Yeah. We do it just like the government says. We run it by the book. That ain't what law is for. You just sit there and do your job.
And when
you saw the automatic.
And when you get, just to tell you the kind of people they are, of course, you're highly insured. You have all kinds of insurance coverages for your employees, and also 401k, which is a retirement program for that worker, where he puts in a certain amount, but up to 4% is going to be matched every payday by Sanders Trucking.
But check this out, Doug Kitchens, and I thank him for this. He brought this to my attention to be sure that I let people know that 4% starts at gross.
Yeah.
Not after Uncle Sam has got in there. Yeah. We start at the gross. That's pretty good. That's all of your money.
You make $3,000 a month. They're gonna
match it.
And you're gonna put 4% in. They're gonna match that. Now, if you could put 20% in if you wanted to, but they're gonna match 4%, which is.
But just look at it. You doubling what you save.
Look at that company-wide and look at the kind of environment that
is. I just heard you say that Nick Severe and some of you guys used to sit around and talk about
stuff. That's right.
I've never been to the beach, but don't you know Mr. Campbell, Mr. Wild, Mr. Coward, Mr. Coughlin, Terry McPherson, Bobby Brown, Steven Sanders, Derek Thomas. Don't you know they all sit around and talk?
No question.
You know what to say, Mike.
Yeah. But your guy, the young Wiley, your guy, Steven, what an impact he's making, because he's the young generation continuing what the older generation.
It's sort of like the throne. It's passed.
Yeah, it's just like a Chase Riddle coach team or a Bear Bryant coach team. This is the people that studied under them moving up to the top.
That's correct. That's correct.
And we appreciate Stephen and all the great folks at Sanders, and appreciate what they've done for the community. And
we appreciate today in L.A. I always notice when I leave, because I had to go to that safety meeting, you always still say a little something about us, and we don't take that lightly. We think, advertising takes a lot, and you do a good job with it.
You have become a household name.
And when we bring them, but wait a minute, when we bring them drivers, I want you to personally come in and go eat dinner with us.
I would love to.
I'm gonna take them to lunch and you ain't been out there in a long time. There's some stuff out there you would love
Preston,
to see.
I know it's at lunch, but bring me that big, thick ribeye.
What, you gonna get the big, thick ribeye?
Hey, I want the Mike Amos cut. I like that.
The Mike Amos cut.
That's right. Always, if you go eat a steak in this community, tell them you want the Mike Amos cut.
I'm gonna remember that. I remember the Mike Amos.
And my sweethearts over there, we've got Troy Fest coming to town this weekend, and of course that's one of the largest events, probably the largest event that's held in Troy every year.
Yeah.
And Morgan Drinkard is our guest, and she knows all about it. And Friday morning, our show will come on the air from downtown Troy, and a lot of Sanders trucks coming right behind us. We're going to set it up, and there'll be a Sanders truck going about every 2 or 3 minutes. I like that old saying about the Sanders companies. Of course, they're in they process lead, one of the largest in the country, probably the largest, and transport it and whatever. Then they of course been in the trucking business a long time, but I like that idea about that big. You remember when they used to have that mountain of plastic casings for batteries out there, and it would like a mountain, and they were the environmentalists probably said something about you're gonna have to move that somewhere, and there are a bunch of folks standing around, and this little old guy in the back says, "Why don't we recycle that plastic?" and that led to one of the largest plastic companies in the world, wouldn't you say?
Oh, well, definitely. And you know what? That was just another branch of jobs.
Exactly.
Just another branch of jobs.
Ideas. Exactly.
Another branch.
But somebody saw what was, instead of going to waste, going toward one of probably the largest recycler of plastics in the world.
And we know that our boss, I call him my boss, he always will be, probably could have what they call it closed shop years ago.
Exactly.
But this community.
Oh, yeah.
This what it sits on. People like Troy State, Sanders,
exactly.
the LA Today show. People kind of got a little groove about it that has to be near Troy Fest. I've never seen Troy Fest without a crowd.
Yeah.
Never.
Exactly.
All the community comes together.
Exactly right. No question about it. It's a class operation. Of course, mentioned and Wiley, of course, he's sitting at home, I hope, watching our show. But, you know, I can remember growing up on Orion and Fairview and Orange Street and playing with all those groups of guys. And, you know, people always said, look at that guy, you know, he drives that big old truck, you know. Man, you know, you know, nobody realized that man would be a giant in the trucking industry one day, which the Sanders Company is. And again, we appreciate you so much.
Appreciate you, Mike. And
you know, we do everything ad lib. We don't have any kind of planned. You know, even when we're in the truck.
7:30 always goes over.
Exactly right. And of course, you've always got a meeting you got to go to.
On Mondays we have a session, but you know that makes it easy because it's easy to come in here and talk. Every now and then I write something down, but most of the time we just talk. When you're telling the truth, you don't have to do nothing but just sit here and enjoy it. Mike is always a pleasure to talk to you, and I want you to see that commercial because it is a good one. Where you're sitting in the truck.
That's why my cousin came up to me today, and I saw you on TV. And of course, you know, let me tell you this town also should appreciate Troy Cable.
Of course.
One of the largest cable TV companies in the whole Southeast. But the innovation, you know what they said to my buddy one day that why was he putting fiber optic cable or those cable lines to Luverne, talking about Harold Freeman. And everybody said, what, is the guy crazy? Just spend all that money and put fiber optic cable to a little town of Luverne? Right now, today, we have more fiber optic cable coming out of the Troy Cable Network than anybody in the country.
He saw it coming.
And everybody's wanting to jump on. I mean, factories, they brought in new companies and businesses to our area that we would have never had a chance to get. But when they saw the fiber optic cable and the technical end of it that Troy, Alabama had through Troy Cable, it opened up a lot of doors.
A lot of doors.
And you know, another great man, Wiley Sanders, and then
Mr. Freeman.
Mr. Freeman, and one of my very dear friends, and Harold Freeman had vision that people, and Wiley's the same way. They had vision. Instead of sitting back and just thinking of an idea, they went and took an idea and made it happen.
The Bible teaches us a vision.
Exactly right, man. And of course, when you see that man jumping out of that truck and said, I'm going to give you $1,000 if you sign up with Sanders today, but you better be qualified.
Got to be qualified. Drivers, please listen to me when I tell you this. 15 miles over, that is a bad ticket. That is bad. You just can't. You know, and we have to go by the rules and regulations. And when you got those big tickets on your license, what it does, and people say, well, I wasn't on no car. I wasn't on no truck. I was on my car. Well, this is what you wind up with. Insurance companies look at you and say, okay, this guy's got 3 tickets running 90 miles an hour, and we're going to turn him loose on a big truck? I'm not insuring that guy. I mean, think about it.
Exactly.
And you may not do that on your truck, but they don't know that, so they just feel like that's the kind of driving you do.
All right, of course, you're fixing to go to the meeting now. I promise you, ladies and gentlemen, at that meeting, y'all going to try to get better in some way. Is that right? Every time you sit down with that group.
We try to get better. We try to find out what's better for the drivers. We got a suggestion box in the driver's lounge. I'm not going to sit here and tell you we read every last one of them, but we stick our hand in there and pull one out. And we never take them out of there. So if you put your suggestion in that suggestion box, it'll get read.
That is something.
It will get read.
As far as drivers go, are they assigned different places to go, or do you have some drivers are more experienced? Do you rank your drivers sometimes?
Well, you know, if you've been there a long time, you know, they got every company has it, and the drivers will know when I say this. It's called Gravy Run.
Sure.
It's just an easy place to go, and you know, if you go there like me, it's easy for me to come here.
Yeah, exactly.
I can come here and talk to you because I know you. That's why some drivers are. So if they like those places and they've been with us a while, yeah, if they in there first, we'll give it to them.
The longer and more experienced and the better records they have, y'all, what I'm saying, you rate your drivers.
Yeah, you're going to get the best freight. Yeah. You know that. That's just, that's what anything. You're going to get, the better you are, the more freight you're going to haul, the better truck you're going to, everybody's going to have a good truck.
Yeah.
But if you're a good driver and you've been there a long time, of course, when we get new trucks, you're going to get the pick.
What kind of money we talking about for one of your good, solid drivers? What kind of money we talking about a year?
We got a program, and I'm glad you asked me that. We got a program now. It's called the Buck Division, but we're fastly changing that to regional running because that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's not a lot of flatbed. Where you go out, you be home twice a week, you be home every weekend, and when you add all your incentives and everything you get, you can make $1,200 a week.
$1,200 a week. That's good money.
Key thing to that, home twice a week.
Exactly.
And every weekend. It's not a lot of construction
with
companies.
Insurance, with retirement.
Blue Cross, Blue Shield, disability.
Exactly.
It all comes with that. It's just places where a lot of it is that plastic. What you was talking about, the plastic plant?
Yes.
They run in tankers, and they have to be clean, and that's all the product that goes in there. So you go straight, if you go into Kentucky, you go straight to Kentucky.
One day I'd like to take a camera from Troy Cable out there and show these people exactly what we're talking about.
We may do that one. That's a good idea. We just ride around.
This is where we wash the car. This is where we're throwing. I mean, it is amazing. I've never seen it from the air, but the amount of trailers. Y'all have over 1,000 trailers ready to hitch up.
We'll do that. Since you're getting on the road, you're gonna be doing Troy Fest Friday. We're gonna get a day to get with Steve and go out there and do it today. And we'll have to do more than 30 minutes if we're gonna go out there.
And tell one of those guys out there we want to fly over early Saturday morning.
That'll take steaming to get the flying done.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Mike, good to see you. I've got to go.
Jeffrey Bennett on our show. Well, hold on one second. Of course, remember, if it doesn't say Sanders Trucking,
you don't want it delivered.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be right back with Morgan Drinkard, and we're going to talk Troy Fest right after this.
Did you know at Wiley Sanders Truck Line that we offer Blue Cross Blue Shield, we offer dental, we offer disability, we offer vision, we offer life insurance, cancer insurance. We also have a 401k where we match up to 4%, dollar per dollar up to 4%. We also have automatic trucks at Wiley Sanders Truck Line. If you go to a truck driving school, we'll reimburse you. And don't forget about the $1,000 sign-on bonus. Money! Wiley Sanders Truck Line, Troy, Alabama. Wiley Sanders Truck Line. We help you save for your future.
Have you seen an increase in your insurance premiums or significant change in your insurance coverage? Let Sandbeck Insurance offer you a better plan to suit your business or personal needs. Sandbeck Insurance offers many lines of insurance, whether it's home, farm, or auto insurance, work comp, business, or health and life policies. Sandbeck is here for you. Call or visit our Troy, Enterprise, or Andalusia office today. Sandbeck Insurance, where we take pride in taking care of your insurance.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them, protect them.
If you've had an accident or just want a new look for your vehicle, come see us at Troy Paint and Body, where we do it right the first time. Our staff has more than 100 years combined experience and can handle repairs and paint work on any make or model. We also offer a lifetime guarantee as long as you own your vehicle. Now that shows we stand behind our work. And our 24-hour towing service means we're here when you need us. So come see us at Troy Paint and Body, located on South Brundage Street in Troy beside the post office. Troy Paint and Body, where we may meet by accident, but you'll be glad.
Back to our show, and of course, replacing Hoss Daddy is one of the most beautiful women in Pike County, my good friend Morgan Drinkard, and it's time for
Troy Fest.
It's time for
Troy Fest.
Troy Fest in downtown Troy, and one of the we say it's the biggest day of the year or the biggest weekend of the year in Troy, and we're excited about it.
Yeah, we're really excited. This is our 16th annual Troy Fest. Of course, held in honor and memory of Jean Lake. Many of you watching are familiar with the Jean Lake Festival that was held at the Pike Pioneer Museum for many years. This is our 16th year to hold it on the square in downtown Troy, April 28th and 29th. So it's always the last full weekend in April. Saturday we have, we're open from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. Sunday from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. The festival is always free of charge thanks to our wonderful sponsors. And we're looking forward to a great weekend.
And of course, I'm excited. I love to go down on Saturday morning because everything's, everybody's excited about everything, and all the vendors are starting to get ready. And boy, it's a great place. You go from 10 to 2, and there's fresh food out there for everybody.
We have some really great. We always add in some of our verbiage about the festivals that we definitely have festival food favorites. We have all the good festival fried food, barbecue, and of course we have some really great restaurants on the square as well that can provide food.
And of course we've got a new restaurant open now. Rumors on the Square is open. Have you tried that?
I've not yet, but I think that I'll spend a lot of time in downtown this weekend.
The guy asked me the other day, he said, "You mean you're eating spaghetti for the second day in a row?" I said, "I like it. I like it." but they do have some very, their onion rings, and their food is excellent. So that's a new vendor that'll be open on the square, and now with the restaurants, like if Sips is open, if B. Gray's is open, if what's our sandwich place?
Mama Goldberg's.
Mama Goldberg's, and then Rumors, and then Dolce. How do you pronounce that? Dolce. Boy, that is really good.
Yes.
That's big time food right there. That guy is a great chef.
Yeah, and then Birds is open
on up
for
at the Birds for breakfast, hamburgers, ice cream. Those guys reap the benefits of Troy Fest, don't you think?
We think so. We think so. I know it's a busy time, and we're thankful for those stores who are open during Troy Fest hours. We always try to encourage our downtown businesses to be open during the same time as the festival to allow people to
if they're serious
shop.
About making money, they'll be open. You know?
We think so, and most of them are. It's a really great time. This year we have 85 artists, and so it's been a few years since we've had that many artists. We have artists from all over the United States. Our Best of Show winner from Illinois last year is back again this year, makes beautiful jewelry. Yeah. We have from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, several different places in Florida, all the way down from Tampa up to Panama City. A lot of Alabama artists, some artists from Georgia, Mississippi, and so every category is pretty full. We have a lot of jewelry artists, a lot of pottery, sculpture.
Is Marianne coming?
No.
She's not coming this week? Well, I hate that.
No, she's
Marianne
not.
Casey, just a good friend of mine.
Oh, and an incredible artist. And I'm not sure why, but sometimes she does another show this weekend. Sometimes she has different things going on. But we're really excited about our artist lineup. And we have Friday, when we do the show live from the square, we'll have our T-shirts to show. And
have you got the T-shirt ready now?
They're being printed today. So they're being printed today.
Who was the young person that won the honor? Do you know yet?
I do know. I cannot recall her name. But tonight we're going to have our kickoff event downtown on the square with the community band and the Great Populous.
And I wanted to mention that the community band, which is fabulous. Now, I don't care where you're from or how long you've been in Troy or. This band will be as good of orchestra, playing old parade music and dance music and a lot of patriotic music. It's going to be a lot of fun on the square. Tell us what you're going to do.
And then we have the Greek Populous from the university, which is a musical group that a lot of people.
Too?
Yes, they're going to play after the community
Wonderful.
Band. And that we kind of partner with the Southeast Community Band or our musical group each year to have our kickoff event. And so this year it'll be held tonight. Looks like the weather's going to be nice this evening, and we'll have our T-shirts, our Troy Troy Fest T-shirts available to sell this afternoon. And it's just a great event. Pick up some of that spaghetti from Rumors or food from Sips, and come out to the square as we get ready
it'd
to
be
spend a nice
perfect.
week on the square.
So there'll be a lot of tables and chairs, and you can bring your own tables.
Oh, yes, yes,
own
and chairs,
and so forth.
and
You can bring a cooler if you
Yeah,
want to.
yeah,
you know.
yeah.
This is a
Free
great
event.
A great night. Of course, Dr. Johnny Long will be there, and
Yeah.
Ralph Black plays in that band,
Yeah.
and it's going to be a lot of fun. Gosh, and then Populous right behind them.
Yeah.
Boy, we're talking from what, 6:30 to about 8:30 at
8:30,
least.
I think so. Yes.
And of course, it's going to be fun. And you know, you take a restaurant like Rumors on the Square. You know, they're new. They're from Ozark. They were a very popular place in Ozark. They have wonderful hamburgers and chicken fingers. Oh man, just everything's really good. But they can't help but be excited about being able to get the exposure that they're going to get in the next week. You know, not only starting with tonight and of course today for lunch, but all the way through the weekend.
Right. Yeah. And
so if they wanted, if one of those businesses, those restaurants wanted to be open on Sunday, they could, couldn't they?
Oh yes, and a lot of them will. Steps is not normally open on Sunday, but they usually open. I haven't seen their hours posted for the festival this year yet, but they're usually open on Sunday, and we think it's going to be a really great festival.
I went to a function at B. Graves on Friday night upstairs. Oh man, that's a classier place to go have a function or meet your friends. And we were upstairs, and it was great, and it had a lot of people up there. Then I went downstairs, and just looking at that dining area, we need to take even more emphasis on a restaurant like that. Troy needs a restaurant like that. Let's support a restaurant like that because it's got class.
Right.
I mean, you really want to take your wife or your husband out to eat dinner. How about taking them where there's white tablecloth, where there's a nice attire?
Yeah.
You know, that's why we got him, Bo Graves.
Yeah.
B. Graves.
Yeah. Yeah, our business professionals. I mean, people from out of town. My last time to eat at B. Graves was with someone from an ad agency.
Their fillets as good as you're gonna get.
Yeah,
very good, and of course, everything's good.
Yeah.
and classy. You know what I mean? We're talking about classy. You know, our downtown is so classy looking. I walked down Friday night and looked at all these lights were still on.
Right.
Hey, I love it. And in fact, I'd like to see even more white lights in the trees.
Yeah, it's really nice to have the lights on when it's late at night and you're downtown, and it just makes it feel like.
And the storefronts are so nice, and I hope they'll always keep them lighted up and so forth. And more and more things are happening. In fact, I hear the old Troy Made Bakery, down the street there, one block over. There's a restaurant coming there later on.
Oh, I haven't heard that.
Yes, and it's a good restaurant.
Good.
And then, of course, my buddy Ziad down there. Tell us about his restaurant.
Ziad's restaurant is, I love their Philly cheese
What's
steak.
the name of it?
Well,
it's Ziad Rollins.
I know, I just
Ziad Rollins, a local guy, and he's got a wonderful restaurant.
Yeah, I like the Philly
How about a little
cheese
coffee, guys? Hey, this is about laid-back television. Isn't it great, though, that we can have a laid-back show, and you can be seen this morning. You're talking to folks in Japan, in Hong Kong, in Germany, anywhere there's Facebook. You're on there right now live on Troy Cable. And you folks in Alaska, good morning to you. I know it's cold out there. Right now, I hate to say it's going to be 70 degrees in Troy all week long. In fact, the weather looks like it's going to be conducive for a wonderful outdoor fun.
I think so. This weekend.
This past weekend would not have
right.
been.
Yesterday was not the day, and I think today we're still kind of drying out from that. I do see a little bit of rain in the forecast for Saturday morning. It says early a.m. showers, but we've had that in the past, and that is one of the advantages of having the festival on the square in downtown. I know I love the Pike Pioneer Museum and the location there, but one of the things there, as well as if it rained, it could be a washout for the rest of the day because you had the soil as the floor, and on the square we have the asphalt and the pavement, so it can rain, it can shower, and then the sun can come out, and we still have our festival. And our festival is rain or shine. So if you're making plans to come to Troy this weekend, if it's raining early a.m., just wait a few minutes and keep on coming. We're rain or shine.
There are people in Dothan, Enterprise, Ozark, Montgomery, Prattville, Auburn, Opelika area, Phoenix City area, that look forward to Troy Fest every year. They come from all over, and sometimes I think they value the Troy Fest as much as some of our hometown people.
Oh yes, we have.
I mean, those women, there'll be 4 or 5 of them getting in that car, and they come to Troy, Alabama.
Yes, we hear from people all over the state, and even in the Panhandle of Florida, that travel to Troy Fest, make it a tradition to travel each year, and that's what keeps our great artists coming back. And so, you know, a lot of times when I do media for Troy Fest, people say, or after the festival, they'll say, "Do you have more people this year? Do you have more people?" And while we love a really great crowd at Troy Fest, what we really enjoy are our artists saying, we were able to sell our goods.
It all goes back down to it goes back down to if these great artists, and we're talking about great artists, they come to town, they don't want you to just look at their art, they want you to buy their art, or they wouldn't be here. And that's the great thing about Troy Fest. They bring back some of the great artists every year, but ladies and gentlemen, they won't come back unless they're making money. I mean, they want to go to a place where they're buyers, that people appreciate fine art.
Right.
My wife appreciates fine art.
Yes, very much so.
Jacqueline Floyd appreciates fine art.
Wiley White.
Wiley White, appreciates it. We should appreciate all of what Troy Fest brings to our town. And let's go ahead and write it right here. What am I doing now? I want you to watch this. What did I write?
I don't know.
I just wrote, class. We'll be back to more of Today in L.A. I want to mention before we go on break, we'll be there live from downtown Troy this Friday morning for our show starting at 7 o'clock. I hope it's, I look forward to it with a big hot cup of coffee, and I hope it's sort of brisk.
Yes.
We'll be right back.
If you've had an accident or just want a new look for your vehicle, come see us at Troy Paint and Body, where we do it right the first time. Our staff has more than 100 years combined experience and can handle repairs and paint work on any make or model. We also offer a lifetime guarantee as long as you own your vehicle. Now that shows we stand behind our work. And our 24-hour towing service means we're here when you need us. So come see us at Troy Paint and Body, located on South Brundage Street in Troy beside the post office. Troy Paint and Body, where we may meet by accident, but you'll be glad we did.
Life is hectic enough without worrying if your lights will stay on or if there's hot water for your child's bath. So count on natural gas to keep the energy flowing, even when the weather is unpredictable. Natural gas is always there to keep your home warm, showers hot, and food cooked to perfection. That's why America has relied on safe and affordable natural gas for more than 150 years. And we will be here for you and future generations too. You can count on natural gas from Southeast Alabama Gas District.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Here at Town & Country, we are proud to be an American.
We've had you covered on the inside since 2005, and with our addition of Southern Grill and Patio, we now have you covered on the outside. Come see our great selection, where we make sure grilling and relaxing go hand in hand.
Troy Cable Security Wi-Fi doorbell camera allows you to answer the door from your smartphone when you are at home, at work, or on the go. When a visitor presses the button, Troy Cable Security sends a live video feed to your smartphone so you can see, hear, and speak to the person at your door. With the doorbell camera, you can have your porch light turn on automatically when it detects motion at night to create the appearance that someone is at home. You can view video clips so you can always know who stopped by when you are out. Troy Cable Security. You love them. Protect.
Somebody could actually be on television if they wanted to be. And you know what? Somebody come on back to our show, you could have a Troy Cable. You could, hey, we got hot coffee. Just ask for it around here. You want some donut? You want some coffee?
Oh no, I'm fine, thank you. I'll get some later.
Morgan's Morgan Drinker is on our show, and guys, she been. How many years you reckon you've been coming on this show to talk about Troy Fest?
I think 6.
You married into
it. That's right. I've been married 6 years, so I think it's been 6
years. She just happened to
marry
into the guy that is the guy who's the chairman of the whole deal, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
And tell us about your husband. Tell us about him.
My husband, Rob, he's the chairman of Troy Fest, and I think this will probably be his 7th or 8th year, and he's really fortunate to have followed some great pioneers in the arts community in Troy behind Christy Drinkwater and Stephanie Baker, and who really, and of course the people over the years, Pat Duke and people of the Troy Arts Council who built the Jean Lake Festival. And
of course his granddaddy was pretty big in it too.
Yes, Doug Hawkins. He enjoyed art and enjoyed particularly folk art, which
he sold a bunch of art. Did he sell a lot of stuff? I mean, I see it all the time. I was in General Gravan's office the other day, and he's got a nice picture that he did. Let's go to the air. Good morning, you're on Today in L.A. We're talking Troy Fest this morning. How you doing?
Hey, morning.
Mike Amos calling in from Birmingham. Mike, have you ever driven from Birmingham to go to Troy Fest before?
Yeah, I have a few times. My wife and I actually, we've got a few pieces up from Troy Fest we've purchased over the years.
You got a Doug Hawkins. We were just talking about Doug Hawkins. I'm sure you've got a Doug Hawkins, don't you?
I know my mom's got a lot of Doug Hawkins. I've got.
You got some Mo's T, don't you?
Yeah, I've got that. I've got.
Boy, that's a well-known painting in Mo's T.
I've got the artist from Eufaula. I've got a lot of her stuff that used to come.
Yeah, and then Miss Casey, Mary Ann, you've got some of her stuff, I know.
Are you talking about
Mary Ann stuff
Kelly
too,
Olswick? Are you talking about Kelly Olswick from Eufaula? Or
I've got that's who I've got a lot of.
Yeah, she's coming back this year.
Okay.
That's great. She was sponsored to do a show. The past 2 years, someone sponsored her to do a show in Birmingham, and so she did that because it was someone who sponsored her to do it. But she's coming back, and we're really excited. She won Best of Show her first year in at Troy Fest. Kelly Olswick, and an incredible artist, and I have a lot of her pieces and love them.
Yeah. This past weekend was a big weekend, a lot going on, and Coach Brown brought back a lot of former Trojans, and all the motels were full. And this week, I promise you, motels will be full of people wanting to come to not only enjoy great art, but the atmosphere and the festive feeling about everything. And one of the first things I'll do Saturday morning, go to Bird Drugs and get a cup of coffee.
That's right.
Then I'll go to Dolce and get some quiche. Well, their quiche is wonderful,
isn't it?
It's
very good.
I told Mom that we're just coming back from Grayton Beach. We've been down there for a week, and I said that she's going to have to take a lot of pictures for Lee and I because we're going to want some stuff. But I just don't know if we can get back down to Troy.
Yeah.
With these two little babies.
I was about to say, it gets harder and harder to travel with children.
All right, now, while you're on the line, Mike, and we're going to be a little critical here of some things, but you can't really help it. But the drive from Prattville to Birmingham, and you make it a lot because you're from Chelsea, live in Birmingham.
Yeah.
How many times have you been stuck in traffic?
Oh, it was awful. Friday afternoon, I went to Birmingham, and it was stopped solid, went right past 181. If you make this drive a lot, you memorize these exit numbers.
That's right.
So exit 181. I mean, it was stopped, and we saw it, and Rob pulled off. We were able to get off on that exit, and we went up, I think 31, a little bit higher, and then got back on. But I've started using the app Waze, W-A-Z-E, and
do you use that, Mike?
Yeah, we were using it yesterday.
All right,
and it's just solid red on 65 half the time.
And we're talking about
they're expanding the 3-lane out of Birmingham too, going south and north. So from Pelham Water Tower is now all the way to Alabaster.
Yeah.
All right, like you would stop completely with 2 babies, and you have 2 babies.
For 2 hours.
For 2 hours. Can you believe that?
Yeah.
I mean, it happens all the time.
Yeah. Well, we're so fortunate in Troy. If we want to go to the beach, yes, we complain about traffic, but
we got some different ways to go. Yeah.
Some back ways we can go And the fact that we can leave, even now I say this, we don't get to go as much with the children either, but used to before the children or with one. If Rob got off work at 5 o'clock, about 5:15, we could be on the road, and so we're already so much further south than people who might be coming from Birmingham. My parents live in Birmingham, and even though we, offer for them to come to the beach with us all the time, it's almost not worth it unless they're going to be able to stay for 3 or 4 days.
Easter weekend, it took my wife about 4 hours.
When I get to Troy, I feel like I'm at the beach.
Yeah.
Because it's just so much easier to drive through those small country towns.
Right.
A lot of people go through Enterprise. A lot of people go through Elba and Sampson. A lot of people go through down from Ozark or Geneva. They go down to Geneva and cut across.
But they all go 65 south to get that south. So that means there's a lot of traffic.
And a lot of them come 231.
A lot of people go through on 65 turning the Georgiana exit.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Go through Andalusia.
Yeah. But and then a lot of people still come through Troy, and of course the people going deep south.
Depends on where they're going at the beach.
They're going to Disney World. They come through Troy pretty much.
Yeah, because they're trying to get.
Yeah. Morgan Drinkins, our guest. Mike Amos calling in from.
Morgan, how old are your little ones now?
I have a 1.5 and a 3.5-year-old.
Oh gosh.
Wow, we got a 20-month and a 6-month.
Oh yeah.
Boy, and then Macon, Camille's daughter, was under the weather last night, Mike, and check on them this morning. And of course,
as far as Troy Fest goes, when will everything start? Friday night?
Yeah, well, actually, we have our kickoff event tonight on the square with the Southeast Alabama Community Band and Populous Group around 6:30 on the square. Yeah. We'll have our kickoff event, and then.
Are y'all gonna have any goodies or anything?
Well, I'm not sure. Or
you bring your goodies with you?
I think you bring your goodies with you. I think that we've had like candy and snacks. It's not a hamburger hot dog thing, but I think the Department of Public Relations and Tourism for the City of Troy provides some like some candy and snackable things, maybe some bottled water. But so we'll kick off this evening. Just say get ready to spend the week in downtown Troy. Then Friday evening at 5 o'clock, we want to remind everyone that might be working in downtown Troy or visiting downtown Troy on Friday, 5 o'clock, we ask that all vehicles move from the interior of the square because we have to block it off for our artists. Our artists will arrive, I'll tell you, really Friday afternoon around lunch. Most of our artists start arriving. You'll see them eating downtown the square, and they're just waiting to check in.
Just for all those artists alone to come to Troy that weekend enhances our economy, doesn't it?
Right. Well, 85 groups, and many of them bring spouses or people to help work their booth. So you're talking about 200 people and that's just artists. That's not food vendors. That's not community corner vendors. That's just the artist. But so Friday evening, they will begin check-in artists at 6 p.m. if all the vehicles are moved. We do not allow our artists to start checking in until all the vehicles on the interior of the square are moved and we have it barricaded off and safe for entry and exit. And so we hope around 6 p.m. and start check-in, and they'll set up through the evening. And Saturday morning, the festival opens at 9 a.m. free of charge, no tickets needed, no admission, thanks to our great sponsors. And so Saturday 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and then Sunday 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun.
It looks like so far weather's going to be really good.
Yes, we think so. We think we may have a few showers Saturday morning.
Rain out before then, I hope.
Exactly, but it doesn't look like any rain that's going to stick.
No,
so that's why we don't want rain like we had yesterday.
No.
What about the lady with that comes down with the gourds? Will she be there?
Yeah, I used to like that too.
I'm looking at our list right now. Let's see. I think she was from maybe Calera.
There's one that used to be south of Brundage too that used to come. But
I'm trying to remember her name. I have this artist list right here.
Mom's got a few of those. I always like those.
Yeah.
Yeah, no question.
I know she didn't come last year, so I'm thinking maybe I'm not sure if she's coming this year.
How about the guy? Now I don't want my wife to know this.
I know what you're asking.
The outdoor furniture guys. He coming?
They're not coming.
Boy, I tell you what, you talk about heavy furniture.
Yeah.
but she loved it.
Yeah. Men of Iron is one of my favorites. They're from Hartford, Alabama, and they do the sculpture with iron, but it's all functional. It's all things you could use. Beautiful pieces, Men of Iron. They're usually right there across from Bird Drugs.
Now, there used to be a guy that would bring Alabama and Auburn paraphernalia down.
Like the mailboxes, or no,
the pictures, some of the pictures, you know.
Okay, I'm wondering his name, his booth name.
You remember that, Mike, when the guy from Tuscaloosa would bring some of the Alabama art?
I don't know. I might not have been there that year. I don't know if it was something. I don't remember seeing that when I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure.
There's going to be a lot of quality items out
sure
there.
Y'all have some food trucks and some vendors there too.
Yeah, we'll have some great festival food and. Of course, our great restaurants on the square. We have a full entertainment schedule, and our entertainment stage is sponsored by Troy Cable. It's our Troy Cable entertainment stage. We have
that was very important.
Yeah, Saturday we have the Southern Baton Company, which is led by Lauren Chandler, who's a former majorette with the Sound of the South.
And you were a majorette too, weren't you?
No.
But you were.
I was never that coordinated.
You were junior miss.
No, Girl State.
Girl State.
Girl State. That's
and you know, and then now let me ask you this. This is something I want everybody to hear. The head of Girl State was Miss Kay Ivey.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Kay Ivey was over Girl State. Been sitting here many times. Took great pride in it.
Yeah.
And she could have took it anywhere she wanted. I think for 12 straight years, the girls' state was held right in Troy.
It was.
Which really enhanced our
economy. I think so. I
Those
never
girls
heard of
were here
Troy.
a whole week. You remember that?
I never heard of Troy till I came to Girl State for Troy. But Saturday for our entertainment, we'll have Southern Baton Company, we'll have Shebang, Hallie Nolan, the Troy University's Celtic Ensemble, the College Senior Center Dancers, the Laverne High School Jazz Band. Sunday we'll have a group from the university, an Indian Ensemble, First Baptist Church Choirs. We'll have the KPLA dancers, and then Zumba. So some exercise.
Okay, yeah. All right. When is our dance team going to be coming on Saturday?
On Shebang?
Shebang
is Saturday at 11 a.m.
I love Shebang. And
yes.
Somebody told me the other day they were moving. He's moving his family, of course, to Troy from Birmingham, and he's the owner of Troy Pike County Ford, Jeremy. And he's a Ferrante Perez, and he's a great guy. Got beautiful girls, and some of them play soccer, some of them play softball. I said, well, I'll tell you one thing they're gonna get an opportunity to do, and that's clog.
Clog, right?
How many girls would you think, girls or boys, are involved in clogging?
I don't know, but I know that I never heard of clogging until I'd moved to Troy.
But wouldn't you say Troy might be the clogging capital of the country?
And now it's just part of the culture for, for performing arts in Troy.
And you know what? Downtown Troy is packed between 4:30 and 5 o'clock. It's hard to get a parking place because they're going either to Sips or B. Gray's or to Clogging.
Right. Yeah,
and
I think the children go to Clogging and
now
the
they're going to be going to Rumbers, you know.
Yeah, so definitely a great performance. So 11 a.m. Saturday should be a great time to come watch Shebang, shop around with our artists, enjoy lunch, and we're really excited. And our if you haven't liked our Facebook page, Troy Fest Art and Craft Festival. Also, our website is troyfestarts.com, but our Facebook page probably gives the most up-to-date information, and we try to feature all of our artists at some point through the week on Facebook. So visit that Facebook page, Instagram, Troy Fest Art Festival, and connect with us there.
And another thing, and of course you and I are very involved on Sunday with our church.
Yeah.
And it means a lot. For people don't want to miss church if they can help it. Well, you're gonna have a service.
That's right. We'll have a church service on the square Sunday at 9 a.m. This began several years ago because many of our committee members have to be there early to help set up, and that means we have to miss our church service. And then many of our artists you know, one of the kind of unfortunate things of being on this festival circuit is that they're away from their home church a lot of weekends in the spring and the fall when they do the festival circuit. And so we wanted to make sure that that was an opportunity and that was included in our festival. And so fortunate that we live in a place where we can have a church service in open air public part of our community. And so Sunday morning, 9 a.m., church on the square. It's a non-denominational church service. Sometimes some of our artists are involved. We have the great benefit of having Miss Sheila Jackson, who's on our committee, lead our singing during that time. And so it's a really great way to start Sunday.
No question about it. Of course, we're so proud of people like Morgan and your committee. And now we're going to be on the air from downtown Troy Friday morning. That's right. Starting at 7 o'clock, and we do this live, and hopefully we can bring some people in. I know you and I will be there, and but let's talk about some of the people, Miss Baker and a lot of your friends that are very involved.
Yeah, we have a really great Troy Fest committee. Like I mentioned, my husband Rob is the chairman of the committee. I work with the public relations. We have Miss Sheila Jackson, Catherine Jordan, Sir Willie B. Jones. We have Lauren Cochran, who oversees our festival headquarters. We have Leanne Wyndham. We have Renee Dickerson with Troy Bank and Trust. Also Whitney Conrad, who you're familiar with, with Troy Bank and Trust.
Precious.
Yes, she is.
And listen, the more and more she lives here, the more and more she likes it.
Oh, good.
You know, she comes from Mountain Brook. You know, it's a little hard to adjust.
Yeah. We have Nicole Godwin. And we have two wonderful interns with Troy University with the Hospitality Sport and Tourism Management Group that are working. Miss Pam Smith. Miss Pam Smith, who does an art teacher for years, helps with our artist awards and our art show that's at the Johnson Center for the Arts. Miss Wiley White with the Johnson Center for the Arts.
Troy is a artsy town, and let me tell you this, I love saying it. You know, we've got great sports, we've got great hunting and fishing. We got great churches. We got great schools. We've got great arts, and like to have that orchestra on the square tonight, a fabulous orchestra,
a free event
that is ours. I mean, this is Troy, the Pike County's orchestra and everything.
Yeah, we have Bart Culpepper, who's over our entertainment. We have Mallory Hill, who's over sponsorship. I hate that I'm not looking at a list because I don't want to miss anyone. Tessa Paul works with our social media and our graphics. The list is just, yes, a lot of really, really, really great people. And we're thankful.
We're proud to be a Trojan this morning. And of course, you know, I say if I wanted to show Troy, if there were people coming in want to look at Troy, you know, whether or not they'd like to move here, this would be a fabulous weekend to do it.
Yeah.
Troy Fest, you see what Troy people are all about, how they can put on an event like you never have before when it comes to the arts. Hey, you see the beautiful homes and residential areas you got to choose from. You've got an opportunity to see great recreation sports and college and high school sports going on all the time. What I'm saying, it all mixes well. Like there's a Troy baseball game that night. They can come in there early and enjoy Troy Fest and go to the game that night.
That's right. They sure can. We hope they do. We always love sometimes.
And these restaurants ought to really love you.
Yeah, we hope so. We know that it's hard to access some of the restaurants with the parking being blocked off downtown, and so a lot of our restaurant owners though are so gracious, and they we hope that it's mutually beneficial for all of the groups.
I really wish. Now this sounds like, you know, it's easier said than done, but I would like to see more tables that you could eat outside.
Yeah.
You know, all the way around the square, that you could eat outside if you wanted to.
Yeah, well, we have...
Because it's very pleasant down there.
Right, yeah, the square area is very nice, and that's primarily our artist gallery area. But down by the food vendors, we do have two large tents that both have tables and chairs under them for sitting and eating. And but the right immediately downtown is reserved primarily for the artist gallery, but it's just a great area to be in.
Of course, you've got a area where you can, if you need assistance, medical assistance, there's going to be an area there.
Yes, we have the Sarah Medical Tent that will, Southeast Alabama Rural Health Association tent that will be there to provide everything from sunscreen to Band-Aids to Germex, and we have a festival headquarters. We will also have this Friday, look in the Troy Messenger newspaper for a festival guide that will include a list of all of the artists and a festival map.
That is wonderful. And of course, parking, what we call it, logistics.
Yes, logistical parking. The best place, the courthouse, City Hall.
Come in on from that North 39th Street.
Yes, First Baptist Church, the Johnson Center for the Arts. Those are some of the larger Methodist Church, First United Methodist Church. Some of those parking lots, you may have to walk a little bit, but those are going to be some of the best places to find parking, and then you can walk to the festival.
And of course, it's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of pageantry, and it's you know, again, I was saying, if you want to show Troy, this is one of the great weekends to do it. You know, of course, you know, during Troy University Appreciation Day homecoming, it's another time where thousands of people come to Troy, and the city of Troy sort of puts on a show, I think.
That's right.
And then, of course, Relay for Life.
Yes,
we probably do that as well as anybody in the country. Troy, Alabama, if you're watching live from Tokyo this morning, or Honolulu, or London, wherever you're watching live cable or live Facebook television, this town of 20,000 in Southeast Alabama, just off of, or right there on Highway 231, is a great town to live in. Now, you came in here to go to college, but you had no idea you're going to spend the rest of your life here, did you?
That's right, I didn't, but I love it.
You didn't know that they were going to imprison you for the rest of your life.
No, I could have moved, but I don't want to. I love it.
You're married to a guy that's got big batteries on his back, and everywhere he goes. Have you ever seen him when he wasn't just moving like wildfire? Yeah, I mean, you married a guy that's got extra batteries.
Yes, but I didn't get any extra batteries.
But just a true art guy. I reckon he realizes his skills more and more every day, doesn't he?
Well, maybe,
he's the only guy I know that will come into your house and decorate your tree. At least he used to. That might have gotten too big. But I mean, he is a very artsy guy, isn't he? Of course, he works at Troy University.
Yes, in the marketing communication department.
Yeah, of course, you teach there.
I do. I teach.
In the journalism department, is that right?
Yes.
So, you know, life has been good to you, hasn't it?
That's right.
How many children?
We have 2 children. We have a 1.5-year-old little boy and a 3.5-year-old daughter.
Boy, he is really, y'all have a hands full, don't you?
We do. And we love raising our children here in Troy, and seems like there's always something new to do.
Yeah.
We love it.
And he comes from good stock. His granddaddy was the late, great Dr. Doug Hawkins. Yeah. And boy, we miss him. Yeah. He had a way about him that just attracted people, didn't it?
Yes.
And of course, he was talented.
Yes.
You know, everybody thought that his art was, you know, he was just messing around with it. But you look at his stuff is good.
Yeah, I think he really enjoyed it. I think he did it in a time in life where it was enjoyable, and obviously wasn't his occupation.
One of the old pictures was Miss Dr. Brantley's Miss Jane Brantley painted that circus when the circus was in.
Yes.
And she was young. She painted that around the square when the circus was in.
Yeah.
Or you had to look at it in different ways, but that was true art.
I love that picture.
True art, and a lot of what we see, even Doug, what he did, sort of derives from Miss Jane Brantley's picture.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about that, but I think so.
And of course, you know, we look at our square and people come to our town, they say, gosh, you know, what a quaint square. Well, thank goodness we got a quaint square.
That's right.
We've got a square, we've got a central area where people gather, like tonight. They've got the Southeast area orchestra will perform from 6:30 to 7:30.
I think so, and then Populous from
Then
University, I
Populous
think,
comes
performs
in,
afterward.
which is a great. They go everywhere now. They're out of the university.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're getting to be famous. I
They're
mean,
really
they've got some
entertaining.
music out there, and it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So that's gonna kick off Troy Fest.
Yeah, yeah. We're looking forward to it. We hope to
Well,
see everybody tonight.
Exactly right, and of course we are excited about it. And again, bring your a sack lunch. If you want to have a cooler with some Coca-Colas or whatever, and bring your own chairs, or there will be some chairs.
There will
out
be
there.
some, but you can bring your own, of course. And this will kick off Troy Fest this weekend, April 28th and 29th, Saturday, from 10 a.m.
Exactly.
to 5 p.m.
And those white lights will be in the hanging from the trees.
Yeah.
I like, of course, you've been from Birmingham. You know how they used to do it in Birmingham, where they would have all the white lights in those big trees.
Yes.
You reckon we'll ever get that way?
I don't know.
That was really something which would, Andalusia, and Earl Johnson, one of my very good friends, the mayor there. He's one that had the idea for the fountain at Troy University, where they would close that drive-through around there and make it a pedestrian park. Well, that was just an idea and a vision. He gave them some money, and they built that statue, that Trojan statue and fountain, and look what it's done for the way that looks. Yeah. Well, in Andalusia, he has bought up a bunch of Christmas things. And Andalusia, people come in by the thousands at Christmas just to look at their decorations. We can do that here in Troy.
Yeah.
Now, he spent a little money, but hey, just think of the revenue that he has gotten at the restaurants and the gas stations and whatever by having a beautiful downtown Christmas.
That's right. Yeah.
It's all about vision, isn't it?
It is. It is.
Tell Rod to get on it. Of course, her husband's one of these guys that if he gets on it, look out.
That's right. That's right.
And of course, we appreciate Rob Drinkard and Morgan so much for you being on our show. And
thank you for having me.
He's not the type guy that likes to appear in front of the camera, is he?
Not necessarily. Not this time of day.
Yeah. Well, who took care? You had to take care of the kids this morning.
Yes, he had to take care of the kids.
I tell you what. We appreciate young people like you, and Troy's got a lot of them, don't they?
Yes,
Troy, would you say Troy has a good young people environment?
I think we do.
From ages 40 to 20,
I think
or 20 to 40.
Yeah.
And when young couples move to town, it's you don't sit on your hands. You meet people and have fun.
Getting involved.
Occasions. Yeah. No question about it. Of course, we appreciate all of you and our sponsors so very much. And of course, a lot of our sponsors are your sponsors.
That's right. Yeah.
And we'll be talking more and more about the sponsors for this year's Troy Fest as the week goes on. And of course, it all starts with City Hall. Mayor Reeves loves the arts.
That's
and,
right.
But it all has to start at the top, doesn't
That's right. Troy Fest is presented by the City of Troy, the Pike County Chamber of Commerce, and the Troy Arts Council.
And let's mention our friend at the Chamber of Commerce.
Yes. It's Kathy, the Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber of Commerce has been a long supporter.
A sweet lady.
Yes, a long supporter of both Jean Lake and Troy Fest.
Jean Lake was an artist, a great artist, and her paintings, and
folk
this
art.
better than anybody, her folk art paintings are well known. You can ask somebody, do you own a Jean Lake? Well, there's value there, isn't it?
There sure is. And
Dougie had a bunch of them, didn't he?
He had some, yes, and they're wonderful. And at our festival on the gazebo in the middle of the square, we have a kind of a tribute to Jean Lake, and so there's a really nice poster there that gives a little bit of history about her life and her contributions to folk art. And so if you don't know much about Jean Lake and you come to the festival, visit the gazebo and read about Jean Lake.
Jean Lake grew up, Jean Lake lived with her husband Trigger Lake right down the street from about 2 or 3 doors down from where Wiley Sanders was raised. Or maybe less than that, and those old streets, I would love to get a camera and go down all the old streets and tell you Sheryl Crow grew up right here. I mean, people that have been great in our community, Jimmy Lunsford lived right here. And,
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, back in the old days, you knew where everybody lived.
That's right.
Now, my son couldn't tell you where any of those folks lived, But it was because we spent so much time outdoors,
Right, yeah.
And Troy is a unique place to live. And Dan Smith, I'm sure, is involved with your Troy Fest. He gets involved.
Yeah, we love Mr.
And of course, he's our recreation director. And, of course, the chief of police, he has to be coordinated with.
That's right. This Tuesday is our last Troy Fest meeting before the festival, and we will have the police, the fire chief, we'll have Mayor Reeves, we'll have all department heads, Vaughn Daniels with the city, and talk about the kind of infrastructure and logistical layout of the festival.
Yeah.
So.
Now, a lot of people from West College Street and Walnut Street and Murphy Street will walk in.
Oh, yeah.
And we encourage you to walk in because parking is so valuable, and you used to walk to the square a lot, didn't y'all used to come to the square like that?
Yeah.
And it was a lot of fun, and of course, I tell you what they ought to do sometimes is open up the First Methodist Church and open up the First Baptist Church and open up the old Catholic church, which is used now for people to see. That is fabulous art.
Mm-hmm.
First Baptist Church, you've been in a lot of churches, is one of the most beautiful churches in the country. Would you say that?
Yeah, the stained glass is beautiful.
And then right across the street with that old steeple of the First Methodist Church is a fabulous church too. Yeah. Sometimes they ought to open that for tourists.
Yeah, that'd be a great idea.
I tell you what would be a great idea. And you could have your choir in the old Catholic church too. But have a choir one Sunday afternoon singing Christmas carols at the First Methodist Church and the First Baptist Church, and then have some stores open downtown. Wouldn't that be nice?
I think that would be nice.
During Christmas.
Yeah, I'm going to have to add
It's all about ideas and something to think about, but people don't get to see that church every day. Either one of them, but they're breathtakingly beautiful, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, well, they're all open every Saturday and every Sunday and most Wednesday nights. So
that's right,
for
services. but then but have the choirs in the loft, and singing, and it really would make for a beautiful afternoon and maybe have an open house there on West College.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be something?
That would be nice. That's a nice idea.
And then have a hot chocolate stand in between, right there in between where they can pick up, what is it, the apple cider and the hot chocolate.
That'd be
on
great.
A cold,
that sounds good.
Christmas afternoon. Maybe have a horse-drawn buggy. Boy, we lost a great guy.
I know. As you were saying that, I was just thinking. Last time they did that, Mr. Jerry Russell had his horse and buggy,
and we lost Jerry Russell, and Jerry was actually originally from Raymer area, and of course that's where he grew up. And great guy, he had the beard. Probably as good a carpenter as there was around.
Lots of work on
Dougie loved him, didn't he?
Yeah.
And of course, did so much work downtown. And people, I know you've seen him and everything. We lost him, and he didn't even know he was sick. But we lost him, and I just hate that. And it's a lot of people I'm praying for. Tombo Brantley, I'm praying for him. Of course, the attorney in Dothan whose family was from right here in Troy, and we want to pray for our friends, and of course we want to encourage you to enjoy the great environment of city of Troy and Pike County to come to Troy Fest.
Yeah, we're looking forward to Troy Fest this weekend, April 28th and 29th on the square in downtown Troy. Free festival.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I hope you enjoyed our show. Thank you so much, Morgan.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome anytime on this show. Hey, she was born to be in front of the screen, tell you the truth. And look at that smile. And, of course, we appreciate her very much for what she does. You got a life. You got to live, too, raising 2 children and teaching at the university. And, but you give this time to our community. We appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
Hope you've enjoyed our show. We'll be here bright and early in the morning for Today in L.A. You can see us again at 1:30 today on Troy Cable Channel 2. Have a good one.